Excuse me. And we do check our knee with our ankle, that 90-degree angle. You might be here. And then what we do is that we sink the hips into the earth. So notice that movement, how I sink little by little, little by little, little by little, right? And so if you will have a booster, an extra booster, another option here will be to bring that extra pillow right underneath the thigh. So now you have one underneath the knee and one underneath the thigh, and you're really supporting your bottom leg and your hips, right? Now, another thing, key element here, it's okay to point the toes slightly out, just because the way your hips are shaped, everybody's different, basically. So the anatomy of your hips might be differently, and I'm not gonna get into that, it gets very complex and complicated, but if it feels better to slightly rotate the toes out, go for that, that's okay. It's completely safe. Give yourself a couple more breaths. Some of us are more flexible and really bend the elbows, and I'm capable to do it, but I know if I do it, I kind of push myself to my limit, and I learn not to, right? So honor yourself, embrace your body where you stand in today. Give yourself one more breath. And then we walk the foot back into center. Take a deep breath. And then as you exhale, you shake it back. We're gonna move everything to the side. We're gonna come into our chest and hips. Oh boy. And what we're gonna do is just simply bring the elbows underneath the shoulders, right? And shoulders move back and away from your ears. Pull the navel towards the spine. So while we're here, we're not collapsing the core. The core is always active. I would say 99% in yoga, your core is active. Even when you're stretching certain areas, you're still activating your mula and uddiyana bandha, if that makes sense. Tops of the feet pressing into the mat, shoulders move back, press into your forearms, spread your fingers apart, press into your fingertips. Keep the neck in line with your spine. Some people like to drop the head, that's fine. You could go for that one. Make sure your shoulders are not caving in. Make sure you're not compromising the align of your back. Abs are in. Give yourself a couple more breaths. One more breath. Now we slowly release the arms forward. Bring the forehead down. Raise your right leg, point the toes and release it down. Raise your left leg, inhale. Exhale, release it down. One more time, take a deep breath. Leg comes up, exhale down. Inhale, left leg up, exhale down. Now as we inhale, raise your chest, your arms, and your legs. Keep the neck in line with your spine. Breathe in, breathe out. In and out. One more breath. So making sure we're not hyperextending that cervical spine, the back of your neck, or collapsing it completely. Keep the neck in line with your spine. One more breath. And we exhale down. Take your arms wide to the side. Press into your fingertips. So what we call spider hands, and I might have to move sideways so you can see it here. Right, and you really feel the stretch on your forearms, slightly your biceps. One more breath. Grab your strap once again, or your belt, or whatever you have a belt on. Take it behind you. What I said before, palms facing up, right? Roll the shoulders up, back and down. And as you inhale, you raise the upper body. So what we're thinking here is to move the shoulders away from the ears. Keep lengthening the spine from the top of the head all the way down through your toes. Abs are in. The shoulder blades are retracting in towards the spine. Give yourself 2 more breaths. Stretching the anterior deltoid, the front of the shoulder. 1 more breath. And then as we exhale, let it go. Right ear down, hands by your side, palms facing up. Let your hips wiggle side to side. Switch. If you didn't have a chance to stretch your quadriceps previously into the stretch, this is another variation. We pull the heel in, pull, 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 and stretch. Just notice. If you don't reach, you grab your strap. Place. Create a loop and pull. One more breath. Then we exhale, switch, take a deep breath, raise your left leg, exhale to pull. So the breath, it's a key element for yoga practice. The breath, it's indulging your practice to a deeper level, to a deeper awareness. As you breathe in, you're preparing the body. As you exhale, you're transitioning or executing into your posture, your stretch, your strengthening, whichever it is. Keep pulling. And then we release. Take your hands underneath the shoulders, pick up your body and sit back into a child's pose. So toes together, big toes together, knees apart. We sit the hips, we walk the arms forward, we forward fold. Again, if some of you guys don't have that range of motion, feel free to bring a pillow or block underneath the chest. And one for your head. While you're here, I'm going to ask you to observe your body. Observe your breath, noticing the waves of your breath coming in and going out. Inhale, expanding your rib cage, raising your back. And as you exhale, allowing your chest to sink a little deeper towards the earth. Inhale through your back, your sacrum and your hips. Exhale, allow your hips, your belly, your chest to sink. One more breath. All right, we're gonna inhale, come up. And then we exhale, take your knees together, feet together, slide your heels to either right or left side. Sit back. All right, guys, so this time we're gonna take it to our back. Nothing fancy, just kind of like squeezing the right knee, lengthening the left leg. Now bend your left knee, right heel to the left thigh, creating that figure four with your hips. And for some of us, this is option number one. Very important, guys. If you have tight hips, your knee might be here, right? We flex the top leg and we try as much as we can to abduct that right knee away from the body without letting the hips shift sides, right? So the hips and the sacrum is pressing into the mat. The abs are pulling in. Tuck your chin slightly down. And then some of us might be able to bring that right hand inside the knee and kind of push that knee away from your body without compromising your posture, without compromising your hips, making sure your hips are not shifting to one way or another one, without hurting yourself. Always within your limits, within your boundaries. Take a deep breath, and then as we exhale, maybe pull those legs in. And so hands can be behind the left thigh, over the shin, or you can grab your strap here. You grab your strap, you pull, and we stretch, right? So whichever one feels good. I'll go with this one. Lovely stretch for your lower back. So now we're stretching part of the glute, part of the hip. And I'm going to teach you a performance stretch here, which I loved. So as we exhale, release, we keep crossing the right leg over the left one like you're sitting, cross-legged. And then we bring those knees in. And we grab whatever. I like to grab my ankles, the outsides of my ankles, and pull, 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 and I can really feel the piriformins on my right side. Keep your heels in, flex your feet, keep the length of your spine, shoulders pressing down, abs are pulling in. Don't let your hips come off the ground. Keep your sacrum flat, and release, switching it up. So first, left knee in, extend your right leg so you can readjust your psoas. Heel into the thigh, creating the figure four, and we start here. We go through stages in yoga. We start through stage number 1, and then eventually stage number 2, and then hopefully you can get to stage number 3. Tuck your chin down, shoulders back. Breathe. Flex. Flex the top leg to protect your knee. Always think about that. The more you're flexing,
I don't know that.
the more you can protect that knee. Why? Because you're engaging different muscles within the body that can help you to realign your knee to the proper place. One more breath. And then we exhale, cross, heels in. You can flex here or point. And then, so this side, it's a little bit more open. So I gotta kind of reach a little deeper, pulling those legs in. Shoulders move back, tuck your chin slightly down. So still lengthening the spine, and it's very supported by the ground, so you can really length here. Feel that stretch. One more breath. And so we inhale, reach your legs up towards the sky, point and flex, point and flex. Keep the arms by your side, relaxing. Pointing and flexing. And so here's where you can really check yourself and see if one side is actually longer than the other one. And I do have that tendency of having my left side a little bit more lengthened than my right one. You could check in here. Circle the ankles around, so outer circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your abs are in. Some of us will be here with the knees slightly bent. That's 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, take your arms out to the side and open up and stretch through the inner thighs. So bending at the elbows, pressing to the back of your arms, supporting your legs with your arms, point and flex. Feel the groins, feel the inner thighs. Couple more. One more. Take a deep breath. Inhale, reach your legs up. Exhale, hug your knees into the chest. Move your hips side to side. All right. All right, we're going to stretch the IT band and call it a day because we have stretched every part of your legs. So we're going to hug the right knee into the chest, extend the left leg. Take a deep breath, and then as you exhale, very gently start to twist towards the left side. So let me switch sides so you can see how it looks. So we start to twist. Take a hold of your strap, place it underneath that left foot, and take it outwards. And feel the stretch of the side of the leg. That's what we call the IT band. Breathe. And again, very supportive with your right arm. So elbow bent, pressing into the back of your arm. So you're not here struggling. You're relaxing. Gaze over, twist. Left arm is reaching out, maybe palms facing down or up. Take one more breath. And then as we inhale, use your core to pull that leg back up. Exhale, bend the knee to the chest, give it a squeeze, and slide it down, switching it up. Inhale, left knee in. Exhale, or right knee in this case. Take your right foot up towards the sky. Take a deep breath, and then as you exhale, you start to rotate little by little. We grab, we pull, and we feel the stretch on the side of it. Inhale, pull the leg back up. Exhale, bend the knee to the chest. Give it a squeeze. Slide it down. Hug your knees into the chest. Happy baby pose. Bend your knees. Just able to shift the side to side. Bottoms of the feet together. Let your feet drop into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining butterfly. And so the goal here is to allow the weight of your knees to work with gravity, basically, right? If it bothers you too much, use your blocks, place it underneath each knee. You can even bring it underneath your feet if you want a deeper stretch. Bring your hands into your belly. So actually left hand into your heart, right hand into your belly. Come back to the waves of your breath once again. Noticing the rise and fall of your breath. And when you feel ready, just completely relax into Shavasana, final resting pose. You can either be here or just hands into the outer knees, hug your knees, slide your feet down and away from your body, and just allow yourself to find Shavasana. Take your feet about your mat distance, roll your toes out, raise your shoulders into the ears, and slowly release them back down, allowing your arms to be about 6 feet away, or 6 inches away from your hips. Close your eyes and go within. So you can pause there the video and stay there for at least 3 minutes. I'll recommend you to stay there for 5. And then, kind of closing your practice and yourself. So when you're ready, you come into a seated posture. We bring the hands into the heart center, bowing the chin to the chest. Gesturing. This is a gesture to honor yourself, honor your body, honor those around you, and honor the world. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you feel a little bit more open, more relaxed, and more aware of your body. Have a lovely rest of your day. Namaste. Stay tuned.